So I have with me, very important for the Caribbean region, airlifts. Always been a major issue for us here in the Caribbean. And I have with us here the Chief Commercial Officer. Is this Claudio Buncamper? Yes, he looks like he was himself a pilot at one point. We want to welcome him here to Caribstar and to Caribstar Radio. Of course, the voice of the Caribbean in the diaspora. Welcome, Claudio.
Good morning, and thank you for having me here, and it's a great pleasure.
So tell us, what flies you here to the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association Marketplace?
Well, as Sunrise Airways, we are having some expansions actually starting this weekend in the Eastern Caribbean. Sunrise Airways is based in Haiti, and we're serving out of Haiti, the U.S., Miami, Cuba, St. Martin, Guadeloupe, Panama, the Dominican Republic. But come this Saturday, the 25th of May, we are expanding within the Eastern Caribbean, as we have been hearing many, persons are complaining and challenges of getting from one destination to the other destination in one day, and of course on pricing being very high and reliability of services. So at Sunrise, we have decided to start our Eastern Caribbean operations, and we will have out of Antigua 2 daily flights to Dominica, 2 daily flights to St. Kitts, and the first direct service out of Antigua to St. Lucia. That's our phase 1. And then within 1 month after that, we're going to be adding Antigua to Dominica and Guadeloupe. And of course, we're going to continue adding other destinations in the near future: Martinique, Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent. So Sunrise is going to be the new airline on the block. And, we will be using our Embraer 120 aircraft, 30-seaters. That gives us the leverage to put more frequencies and, open the convenience again for traveling within the Caribbean.
It's interesting because Caribstar, of course, we are the voice of the Caribbean community, the Caribbean Diaspora in the United States and elsewhere on iHeart Radio and various radio platforms. And the cry we hear from many persons, especially in the Caribbean, is about intra-Caribbean travel. That has always been an issue that seeks to, pull back from some of the major thrusts we make as to how we do island hopping, and so the major carriers brings us into Barbados. Well, what happens next?
Yeah, well, you see what happened, being in the business for over 30 years, I have seen a lot evolving in the Caribbean. And, we must be honest, most of the islands have started to get direct services out of the US and Europe into their countries. So what this does is now, of course, the movement within the islands becomes less. And if we like it or not, operating short flights cost money. And the taxes in the Caribbean do not help us either. It's extremely expensive, and it is something that the airlines have been...
Yes, it's a good point. And when you say taxes, and it is a prohibitive cost, it's like the chicken before the egg, because the same Caribbean governments are also encouraging the intra-Caribbean. But are they making the passageway palatable for the investor to make it viable in the transportation mechanisms?
Well, look, you can look at it. You can look at it in two hats. As airline, the taxes are very prohibitive. If I would take, for instance, flights between St. Lucia and Antigua on a round trip ticket, taxes are over. It's close to $150, just the taxes. We haven't yet talked about airfare. However, looking at it, the other side of the cake, you want security, you want to have a nice terminal, you need a good runway, So at the end of the day, the money has to come from somewhere. All right, and yes, you can say, okay, we removed all of these taxes and let the money come out of the economy because of the business that you bring, and that's how we have to start looking at it. So yes, the airports and all of them need this cost, and yes, our environment and so needs the subsidies, but we have to now get it from the business that is being generated. If we don't bring the people, we're not going to generate business. So I think the mindset needs to change. Yes, the same amount of money needs to be collected. It's a business, but the mindset needs to change. And that's one of the big challenges, because remember, if you fly from one island to, say, from A to C, and you're going to B, you're now paying taxes for 3 countries, and this makes it much more difficult. And so what we are doing actually is we are becoming prohibitive to our own people traveling. You know, we go left and right for all of the big carriers. But we forget about this intra-movement of our people. And we have over 15 million people in the Caribbean.
Which is also a viable mechanism of sustainability, because we speak the talk, but we're not walking the talk.
Yeah, and, you know, and for us as Sunrise, you know, that's why we said, you know, we're coming in and we are going to look to do it different. You know, we are not coming in to say we're going to be fighting our Caribbean partners, you know, and start fare wars and all of that. No, we're not doing that. We are looking to give you adequate services at a good price at convenient times. You know, our aircrafts are 30-seaters. That gives us the benefit of putting more than one flight. So, you know, we are going to reintroduce, for instance, out of Antigua, you can go to St. Kitts for the day again. That was not there possible. You know, so this is what we are trying to do, a little, you know, different, and the reliability and the service that we are planning to give you, you will see the difference in the Caribbean.
So we're saying to folks in Eastern Caribbean and to look out more now for Sunrise. You now have the opportunity. You may get that good fare to fly into a major hub, but Sunrise can take you to your home in a manner speaking, economically and safely. Share with folks where they can find Sunrise.
Well, Sunrise, right now we are on the website. You can buy us on the websites. You can go at the travel agencies to purchase tickets on Sunrise. You know, we are further expanding our point of sales with all of the travel agencies in the region, abroad, you know, Expedia and all of these places. We are working on getting all of that set up. It should be completed by end of June, but right now, definitely the travel agencies and our website, you can buy Sunrise tickets.
All right. Thank you very much, Captain.
No, I'm not.
Well, you're captain of Sunrise. Anyway, thank you very much, Claudio Buncamper, the Chief Commercial Officer for Sunrise Airlines. And we're saying to folks, especially in the Eastern Caribbean region, to look out for them when you now fly home.